Hi everybody, I am back today with a little tutorial. Somebody did ask me to show you guys how I make these envelopes, and how I make them a couple different colors. There's brown with pink, and here's some blue with some orange. It's a little brighter on the inside, so it's just a really cool effect for your papers and your envelopes. It just looks really cool and really cute. I like it. So the way I do this effect is you can either use distress inks, which are dye inks, or you can use the alcohol inks from Tim Holtz. So I think, yeah, they're both from Tim Holtz. These you can only buy online. Maybe at Joann's, but I haven't seen these at Michael's. They only carry these at Michael's. But I have both. So what we're going to do is we're going to have some plates here off to the side that are filled with, this is just water right now, but I'm going to put a couple drops of the dye in there to change the color. And then the other half we're going to dye with coffee. So basically what I do is I got to pick a color. What would look cute? What colors do I always use? Let me put this green. Yeah, I have a lot of that. So I'm going to use this green, and I'm going to add a lot of color to this actually, because I don't know exactly how much is supposed to go in there, but I do 1, 2, 3 squirts, and then I'll grab some water in there and like shoot it back until the tube is clear, like that. If you can see, I don't know if you can see. It used to be black and now it's clear. There we go. So let's mix that up with the little mixer itself. You gotta scrape it off the bottom because it will grab a hold of the plate. And I've used glass bowls, and you can use that too. I'm gonna test it out and see if it's dark enough. It doesn't seem to be very dark, so I'm going to make it darker. And let's see. I caught these on special one time. They were only like $2 each. So now there we go. Now the water is a little darker. Let's test it out. There we go. Now it's actually staining the paper. There, so I'm going to add one more squirt of this in there. And I'm also not doing whole ones because I guess the bottle is not that full. One more. Let's see. There we go. That is nice and green. That's going to leave a nice color. There we go. Okay. So we got that one. And oh, I have this even darker one called peeled paint. I'm going to put one of these in there too. Maybe two. Seems really dark now. There we go. I actually wanted a nice dark green. Okay. Okay, so that's cool. That's better. So it's always good to have different colors you can mix together. Okay, so I'm going to pick another color, and I did like the pink that I did here. The pink and this brown. I think I'm going to do pink again. How did I do it? I still have some of this Victorian lace. And then this aged mahogany. I think that's the only pink I have. Oh, and I have some of this. So let's see how it turns out with this. This is almost, oh no, it's not very, let's see. That's a pretty red. I'm just not afraid to keep adding in here, because the color is always more faint than you think. So even if it's really dark, it's not going to be that dark. And I guess now I've chosen to do this all night because I can't just waste all this on a couple of tags like my original plan. I've got to do a bunch of papers now. It's okay. And I'm still going to add some of this watermelon Adirondack. And this one was called Victorian Velvet. And we'll see, because I guess I used up all my tattered rose. I don't even want to keep these. That's how you know you're a hoarder. It's like, I keep empty bottles. Like, why? Ooh, this is hard. I had to open that with my teeth, which is probably why it's all bitten. It's okay, this is for personal use. So I'm just going to put a bunch of it in there and see how it reacts. I don't know how it's going to react, really. Ooh, look at that. It's like, I'm doing like science out here. It smells like bad wine. Just going to mix that up there. That's a little chunky. These inks are a little old. They might be fermenting, I guess. Okay, so we got one more I'm going to do. And I think that I will do a blue. So for that, let's see if I don't know if I have any of this left. I have these two. Broken China and Stormy Sky. And then I also have some teal, so I might add some teal onto it with this stream color. So let's see, I think I'm going to add Broken China first because it looks darker. And this is actually a really pretty color. I really like the ink pad of this color. So this is probably just like super pretty. And you see how it's already like colored the tag? So we can dip the other side in this blue. There you go. See those cool designs? Just gonna put it in a little bit more to blend it. And look at that. Look how cool that is. Okay. So I think I'm gonna put just a tiny bit of the teal because it's a little too blue for my taste. So I'm gonna put some of this teal in here. Maybe I should have shaken it. When I shook it, it wasn't as chunky. Ooh, this smells like strong alcohol. I haven't drank in years. That smells so strong to me. Okay. Okay, here we go. So now we got our blue, our green, our pink, and our coffee. And that's all I've got time to mix up today. So there's really like no wrong or right way to do this. Because, you know, it's your journal, so you can do whatever you want. I have a couple of things here off to the side that I need to dye. Just some tags. So here we go. I'm going to do an envelope. So what I'm going to do to get the two-tone color is I'm going to dip half of the envelope. Just like submerge it in this coffee. And then I'm going to grab my pink. And I'm going to submerge the other half. And then I'm going to let it drip. Just let it drip down. That's cool. I told you it was chunky. That's weird. Then I've got two different pans I'm going to put them on. I have this pan that has this like honeycomb texture. And then I have this pizza pan. It's a round, big old round pizza pan. And that's what I'm going to use because I do like the texture that it leaves on the actual stuff that I dye. So let's see, let's dye something else, pink and brown. I'm gonna have these. So this is the coffee and this is the pink. So I'm gonna dump this in the coffee. And if you're wondering what kind of coffee this is actually my husband's last two little packets of coffee. I need to go buy him some more now. This is Instant Coffee Crystals by Folgers. I put two of them in there. It seems to be pretty strong. And I'm gonna dip it in the pink. And we'll see how interesting this comes out because this paper is blue. So you can dip it in a couple times. Totally cool. And let it drip. And then dunk it into the coffee. And then I'm going to lay it on my pan. Now I'm going to do something else. I got this CD holder. I'm going to, let's see, we're going to do half coffee. And then we're going to do half green, just because. That's a cool green. That is a cool green. I'm going to put it in more coffee. Then we're just going to let the two mix just like that. It's going to be a little watery on top, but that's okay. We're just going to lay that down. Wherever that water settles, it's going to really concentrate the color, and I really like that. So let's see. Let's get a couple of tags, and we'll put them one backwards and one away. So we're going to dip them in the coffee first. A couple of times. Get them frame. So it really grabs hold of that coffee color. Okay, and then we're going to grab hold of this green again. Very cool with that green. And then lay them down. Look at this one over here. It already kind of dried. It looks wicked. Okay. So, if it was up to me, though, I would have 4 packets of that coffee in here. But like I said, I used up his last 2. So, let's see. We're going to dump this in green. This is a glassine bag. Going to dip it in there. And then, you know what? I'm going to be crazy and dip it in the blue up here. Look how groovy that looks. I love it. Okay, so now we're going to lay it down. So we're almost done with this tray. It's almost full. I'm just going to do this again. And then I'm going to do blue and pink on this one. And underneath my workstation here, I have, these are puppy training pads. That's what I like to use as my guard. So there's pink and blue. And so now I have this beautiful tray of beautifully dyed items. And now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to grab a hold of, I don't know, we'll say this wild honey color. And like I said, you can pick either the alcohol inks or the ink dyes, the dye inks, which are these. And I'm just going to get a little, and I'm just going to, like, drag it, maybe even squirt it on there. Just whatever I feel like doing. Oops, I sprayed the doggy pad. Okay, just pretend that that's not there. And we're going to do it over here, too. Can do that. And then you can also grab some color. Grab some water, maybe some coffee, and like, you can even move it around with your fingers if you wanted to. And then I'm going to pick a different color for this one. I think I'm going to go with this aged mahogany, if there's any in there. Oh, there is. Cool. So what you could do is you could grab another piece and just like splotch it there. And let it drip. And since this is like the concentrated color, it's going to be super dark. And let's see, let's splotch that on there. And on here. And on the back of this, because there's nothing on the back. And now there is. And now this looks like a murder scene, but that's okay. It's okay. There we go. So now we have there. So I'm going to put these in the oven to dry up. And I'll show you what they look like. And I do suggest that you buy brown ones of these inks. So I'm going to do another batch while the other one is drying. Because I'm impatient. And I can't wait. I need things to be done on my time. Okay. So here we go. I'm going to dip it in the coffee and then in the green. Lay it down. I'm going to dip this in the blue. And then off camera, I'm going to dip it in the pink. And don't worry about the colors mixing. That doesn't matter really, it's okay. I'm just going to put this one in coffee. And this one too, you want to dunk them all the way and let them be soaked on the pan. They can be wet, it's okay. That concentrates more color. So we're going to do this one all green. And then we're going to do this one all blue. And these just dye it so nicely. Like you won't need anything else, just that. And here we go. I have a whole tray of pockets that I need to dry. So after they've been in the oven for a while, I set it to 350 and they're in there for like less than 5 minutes. And they're all dry, and these are the honeycomb design pan. It's really, really cute design on there. So those are those tags, and then these are all my little pockets. This one was my favorite. It looks like a freaking rainbow. Look at that. I love it. And I got this pink one that I just dyed pink. This one that I dyed green. This one was blue with a little bit of teal. The green with the brown. Just really pretty fade. And then these are just coffee stain. And then this is really cool, like, unicorn looking color with the pink and the blue, and I guess it touched some green. Whatever, that looks cool. I got this envelope with the big splotch at the bottom. Got this cool looking tag. Really cool in the back, how it just ran all over. These colors, and then this cool envelope I got. Just really cool and really distressed, and these little chunks totally flat, they dry flat. So yeah, I suggest that you shop around for these distress inks. Either these or these will work just fine. Just squirt it in the water and dip in your items, and it totally works. So I've got a lot of colors here I can go through in my lifetime, but I want to go back and buy some brown ones at Michael's. I also wanted to let you guys know that I am having a giveaway of a junk journal that I made myself, and the video will be, the link will be after this video, so you can check it out and get that junk journal or win some gift cards from my store. So that's my video, you guys. Thank you guys for checking it out, and I'll be back with more. Bye.